Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In ancient times, there was a king who called a dervish to him and said, "The dervish path through a succession of masters reaching back in unbroken succession to the earliest days of the man has always provided the light which has been the motivating cause of the very values of which my kinship is no more than a vain reflection." The dervish answered, "It is so." "Now," said the king, "since I am so enlightened as to know the foregoing facts, eager and willing to learn the truths which you, in your superior wisdom, can make available, teach me." "Is that a command or a request?" asked the dervish. "It is whatever you make of it," said the king, "for if it will work as a command, I shall learn. If it operates successfully as a request, I shall learn." And he waited for the dervish to speak. Many minutes passed, and at length the dervish lifted his head from the attitude of contemplation and said, "You must await the moment of the transmission." This confused the king, for after all, if he wanted to learn, he felt he had a right to be told or shown something or the other. The dervish left the court. After that, day after day, the dervish continued to attend upon the king. Day in and day out, the affairs of the state were transacted. The kingdom passed through times of joy and trial. The counselors of the state gave their advices. The wheel of heaven revolved. "The dervish comes here every day," thought the king, "and yet he never refers to our conversation about learning. True, he takes part in many of the activities of the court. He talks and he laughs, he eats and he sleeps, no doubt. He is waiting for a sign of some kind." But the king was unable to learn the depths of this mystery. At length, when the appropriate wave of the unseen lapped upon the shore of the possibility, a conversation was taking place at court. Someone was saying, "Daud of Sahel is the greatest singer in the world." And the king conceived a powerful desire to hear this singer. "Have him brought before me," he commanded. The master of ceremonies was sent to the singer's house, but Daud, monarch among singers, merely replied, "This king of yours knows little of the requirements of the singing. If he wants me just to look at my face, I will come. But if he wants to hear me sing, he will have to wait, like everyone else, until I am in the right mood to do so." It is this secret of knowing when to perform and when not to which has made me what I am. Even if a donkey acts upon this would turn into a great singer. When this message was taken to the king, he alternated between wrath and desire and called out, "Is there nobody here who will force this man to sing for me? For if he sings only when the mood takes him, I, for my part, want to hear him while I still want to hear him." It was then that the dervish stepped forward and said, "Your Majesty, come with me to visit the singer." The courtiers nudged one another. Some thought that the dervish had been playing a deep game and was now gambling upon making the singer perform. If he succeeded, the king would surely reward him, but they remained silent, for they feared possible challenge. Without a word, the king stood up and commanded a poor garment to be brought. Putting it on, he followed the dervish into the streets. They disguised both the king and the dervish, and soon found themselves at the door of the singer's house. When they knocked the door, Daud called on, I'm not singing today, so go away and leave me in peace. At this, the dervish, seating himself upon the ground, began to sing. He sang Daud's favorite piece, and he sang it right through from beginning to end. The king, who did not know much about the music, was very much moved by the song, and his attention was diverted to the sweetness of the dervish's voice. He did not know that the dervish had sung the song slightly off key deliberately, in order to awaken a desire to correct it in the heart of the master singer Daud. Please, please, do sing it again, begged the king, for I have never heard such a sweetest melody. But at that moment, Daud of Sahib himself began to sing. At the very first notes, the dervish and the king were as men transfixed, and their attention was fascinated to the notes as they flowed flawlessly from the throat of the nightingale of Sahil, the Daud. When the song was finished, the king sent a lavish present to Daud. To the dervish he said, "Man of wisdom, I admire your skill in provoking the nightingale to perform, and I would like to make you an advisor at my court." But the dervish simply said, "Majesty, you can hear the song you wish only if there is a singer, if you are present, and if there is someone to form the channel for the performance of the song. As it is with master singers and kings, so it is with dervishes and their students. The time, the place, the people, and the skills. The clash between the Sufis and the ordinary scholastic is strongly manifested in this story. The Sufi ideas can only be studied in accordance with certain principles, and these include time, place, and people. Scholars demand verification of Sufi claims on their own terms. Many Sufi stories illustrate, like this one, that Sufis only claim an equal chance of arranging conditions to those required by academics or scientists. Three things: time, place, and people.